do you think the draw was for this match?
For ESPN
Yeah.
to well, I mean, I think anyone that watched what happened here in the last round against Columbus, even if, like me, you were just watching on a computer screen, could not help but just be absorbed by that atmosphere. I think what you produced here against Columbus was as good as anything I've seen traveling around the league. Any atmosphere, and I include Portland, Kansas City, Seattle, and all those things. What I saw blew my mind away. I mean, that was an atmosphere that is very hard to replicate in this country. So I think probably the executives at ESPN saw that and said, we want a piece of that on our screens. And the fact that Chicago Fire probably adds to the allure as well,
Yeah.
given what they're doing. So everything makes it a very tasty encounter, which I think is going to really illustrate so many good things about this city and this club.
Now, in terms of the production itself, ESPN will have been familiar with this venue from a collegiate American college football standpoint. How much does that change for soccer, and does that change your job at all?
Soccer's generally done with less cameras than any football production. That's the main difference. I mean, so they will have come out and done the technical crew will have come out and done a site survey, decided exactly where to put the soccer cameras. But soccer's generally done with 8, 9, 10 cameras, and that's probably about half of what they use on a football game. But everything else is pretty much the same. So I don't think there's too many technical challenges at Nipper.
And when it comes, obviously, you must have in-depth knowledge, intimate knowledge of every MLS side. How much legwork throwing a USL team into your preparation, that's a little bit different, isn't it?
Put it this way, I was lucky they had internet on the flight from Portland yesterday. We didn't know anything about this game until Thursday night, Friday morning. We already had a cross-country trip to Portland and the Portland-Seattle game on our slate for Sunday, so that was kind of our immediate focus. I did a little bit of prep work on Cincinnati, just looking at the squad, re-watching some of the Columbus game on Friday, and then did a lot more yesterday, just really getting down to the nitty-gritty of the squad and covering some of the stories, and so many great stories with players here in Cincinnati that's it's actually really, really interesting as a broadcaster to get to do a new team. When you work in MLS, it's like you see the same teams. So actually, Cincinnati have some players that I have called before and recognized, and some players who are totally new. So it's been a really refreshing last 24 hours.